But speaking of, doing things for huh?
Is it speaking addition and can't take it?
Yeah, well, speaking of that, but I was gonna say, speaking of doing things just for shock value and clickbait, you know what I'm saying? The Game, a rapper who I respect musically, but he's known to do things, start beefs and start controversy right around the time he's rolling out an album.
Yep.
And this time he did it by doing like a Kanye-ish type listening party and releasing a song where he talks about
I held Kim Kardashian by a throat, nigga. I made her swallow my kids until she choked, nigga. I should apologize, cause you ain't my folks, nigga.
The irony of that part is he was just on the Wendy Williams show, I think a year or two ago.
You got down with Chloe. Now, did you get down with Courtney?
No.
Kim?
You know what? This is what I'll say. I'll tell you this. Kanye is a really good friend of mine, and they got really, really beautiful kids, and I don't want to disrespect their family.
Two things. One, the first thing, even with so if it was a respect thing, like for instance, you my mans, I used to mess with Shorty before y'all got together. Oh, they asked me, yo, did you mess with her, whatever, like, they ever do anything? Simple answer, nah, never happened. Because you my mans, not, oh, Kanye my man, so I'm not gonna say nothing. Because all that means is, yeah, I did, nigga, but, keep it quiet.
Right.
So,
but you know what? If it's known that he did already anyway,
but it wasn't well known. It wasn't well known that Game did.
It was known. It was known. No, it was. It was known enough. It was known enough. But whatever. He did not.
It was one of the things that Kim, unfortunately, has been known as such a hoe bag in the industry that you saw them together. And you're like, nah, he's piping. Like,
which is wrong, but we always assume anyway.
Yep, it's true though. It's times when the neighborhood hoe, you like, oh,
right.
She's James now. Oh, shit, that kind of thing. Like, come on.
You know what I'm saying? And so he did that. So already when I heard that, and I think I tweeted it too. I was like, yo, Kanye got to just run up and snuff him. Like,
that's not gonna happen.
It's not. And he wouldn't win the fight anyway.
That's the thing that sucks. Like, the Game, unfortunately, the Game's gonna mess with the wrong one, and they're gonna know that they're not gonna get their hands with him, so they're gonna just shoot him. Like, they're gonna body him. Like, a real dude is gonna body the Game. God forbid. But because the thing is that, like, to keep it real, the Game does work out. He's a big move. He's like 6'6" or some shit like that. Like, he's not an easy match anyway. Even if he was a regular street dude, forget being a rapper.
Right.
So, but the wrong dude, he's going at their feelings. They're gonna body him.
And that's why I said Kanye wouldn't win.
Yeah.
But it's just like the principle. You gotta do something. He gotta do something. Your wife looking at you. You gotta do something. Like, because you was quick to jump on IG Live and talk about Nick Cannon.
Which is weird, because Nick Cannon will also whip Kanye's ass.
For sure. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So, because I think Nick was on, was it Vlad? Or Nick was also on the show, and someone asked him about him and Kim, and he didn't go into sexual details, but he said they dated, they're friends still now, so he went through that. Kanye was quick to just, don't talk about my wife, did a whole IG video under the train, yeah, okay, cool. But then the song came out that the Game had, and the Game went a little further. He also mentioned Joe Budden and his current fiance, Santana. And again, in this situation, Joe and Game had issues back before when Joe was going at the whole G Unit, and Game was a part of them then. And then, after that, they squashed their beef, did a song together. Both of them spoke highly of each other. And anytime it came up, like, did you still have beef? No, we good now, da-da-da-da. But then fast forward to now, he's on the song talking about he slept with Sin before Joe. And then he's like, and if anyone tries to deny that it happened, I got the tapes and I'll leak them. And it's just like,
yeah, it's that corn bullshit though. So really like, I said this on the podcast me, you, and Big Ant did like a minute ago. Like, first of all, if you fucking with a shorty, and you got, she feels secure in herself enough to let you film or whatever, send pics.
Mm-hmm.
Use a dirtball ass, cornball ass dude,
Mm-hmm.
and like that shit in the first place, or you're gonna use that against her
Right.
later in life. Like, you just a dirtball ass dude, and you a piece of shit. But besides that, the shit is like, it sucks. And actually, Joe Budden said it on his podcast recently. Like, I think either today or yesterday, that he was like, yo, it sucks that someone like the Game, who is of that level of skill, because the Game, even though he's not the most lyrical rapper, the Game makes good albums.
Yes.
He's like that. Someone who's skilled still needs to stoop to these kind of levels just to try to push an album. And it's sad that we're in this place. And it's true, because my problem is, if this was out the blue, or if Joe had said something, or Sins had said something to provoke the Game, would be different.
Right.
But it's clearly the Game trying to push an album out, which is like, you don't need to do this kind of, like, there's better ways to push an album out. Like, you don't gotta do this kind of shit. But
and then using the two popular names to go at. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kanye is a click-worthy, searchable name because everybody's either anti him because of the whole, slavery's a choice thing. He's an easy target. And then Joe, ever since he became Media Joe, has been an easy target. The Migos went at him, Eminem went at, so everybody. So to choose the two men that are easy targets and then throw their women in the mix of it, but just because you know what I'm saying? It's like it's so lame and simple. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even, and like you said, they had nothing. They had no beef. These are two guys that you yourself said you was cool with, or respected, or was friends with, da-da-da. And now this, because it's blatant, it's for promotion. Because their names are buzzworthy. So you're living off of these men names and using their famous women just because you got nothing going on right now.
The shit that sucks, though, is that, like, it's always been like this, though, because the Game himself has always been a name dropper. I fucks with the Game. I think the Game makes good music. I like his albums. Like, I mean, I had to talk to you before. Like, I don't think he gets the respect he deserves, because he actually has 2 or 3 classics, which is more than most rappers have in general. We had this conversation.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but it was just like, it's one of those things like, yo, like, what? There's no reason to do this, bro. You're doing it anyway, so it's kind of like, it's sad to see that he has to do this kind of level. But at the same time, though, the Kim and the Joe, like, you got to know who you wifing, and especially if you're a celebrity and they got that kind of pass, like, this shit gonna come up somewhere.
Right.
If Kim wasn't who she was, Kanye wouldn't have all the problems he had, and Joe had to expect this thing, dealing with about a girl. I'm not saying it's fair, but it's one of those things like kind of like that Weeknd song True Colors, like, yo, if you let me know from jump what's going on, I don't gotta get surprised on nothing, so it's like not an easy target.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it sucks if this is a real thing, because Joe might not, Game might not have no video, he's just starting to start. You know what I mean? Who knows? But this, it's sad that he does this kind of level. The only thing is, like, I don't know what would happen, because Joe's definitely not gonna rap.
Right.
And even if he did rap, it wouldn't be a comparable thing. And I honestly, like, again, you can't talk, but I don't see Joe walking away from this with a win in a physical fight. So
yeah.
Listen, respectfully, the Game's a monster. I don't think anyone would want to fight the Game personally.
Right.
Like, oh, on purpose, I'm gonna fight this dude.
Right.
I mean, defend your honor kind of thing, yeah, but you're still gonna get that ass whipped. Like,
Right.
I just don't,
And that's why I feel like because like you said, they're both in a situation where they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. I think Joe addressed it on his podcast. Kanye hasn't really said much yet. And
Kanye's good, though. If Kanye stays quiet, Kanye is good, because Kanye's not in a level where he needs, like, he'll fuck himself over if he talks. Kanye should just stay quiet. Right now, everyone hates him already for the MAGA shit and all the other bullshit. If he just stays quiet, no one's gonna care.
Right.
Joe is the one who has to. There's something that has to come from this.
Right. Well, because Joe has a weekly podcast, so he can't keep doing a show and not talk about it. You know what I'm saying? His voice is heard every week. Kanye only pops up when he's selling something. So that's why. So he's quiet now because no sneakers are coming out, no albums are coming out. You know what I mean? So that's why he's quiet.
You know what's crazy? Like, so obviously not this particular situation, but in general, I wonder how many quote unquote beefs or how many other stuff that in the past in general from all rappers have been an actual marketing tool to sell and had nothing to do with real problems. Like
all of them.
Was yeah, like it's crazy though.
Yeah,
But it's
all of them. Even though 50 and Ja had real personal outside of the industry beef, they still used that for 50's marketing and stuff. So, because if it was really.
Oh no, I didn't mean that. I meant like me and you, you know, the podcast blows up and whatever happens, right? And we're doing well, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, bro, to make even more viewers, me and you gonna fight on the podcast. I'm gonna do my own, you gonna do your own, and separate. Yeah. Like that kind of thing. Like, they actually talk together, not to use, because it makes sense to use it. Like that's smart marketing. I had a way to use, something that happened to manage to sell. I'm gonna use it. Like it makes sense. But I meant like behind the scenes, like this, like imagine Jay-Z and Nas behind the scenes this entire time had no beef ever, and it was just to sell albums. You'd be like, yo, that's fucking.
I mean, there's a few. I mean, there's a few we know of. Like we know LL and Cannabis. They weren't. It wasn't a thing they came up with to do it that way. It kind of happened, but Cannabis was aware of what was happening next. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those kind of situations. So it was like they kind of stumbled upon an opportunity and they went with it.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh shit! So I'm gonna end my career now." I'm sorry.
What happened?
I said, yeah. Cannabis was like, "Oh shit! I'm gonna end my career now." All right.
Right. It was kind of one of those, and because the whole Y Club getting involved, and Mike Tyson, and it was all kind of because it was LL's comeback. I mean, don't call it a comeback. He coined the phrase, but that was his third comeback at that point. You know what I'm saying? And it catapulted him back into the to the industry and made a name for himself, and at the expense of Cannabis' career. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, and he didn't do business with Wyclef again after that. He didn't. So, because he was new to the industry, and he didn't realize that it's the music business. So an opportunity arose, and they took it and ran with it. So as far as ahead of time, some planning, I can't think of none at the top of my head, but I wouldn't be surprised. If a few of them, Speaking of which, I mean, we pretty much covered what we covered on the game and what's going to happen. I mean, I haven't heard the song yet, so we're still waiting to see what the song is about, or if the album is going to be good or whatever. But speaking of makeshift beefs or whatever, what do you think about Tory Lanez? Baiting people into beefs that that he keeps kind of looking good in, no matter what. What do you think about that?
It's a little saddening because from the rapper, the hip hop, the artist in me in general, like who loves music and loves rap, like I don't want any Canadian to win, and then two, I don't want to be like, yo, like this kid who can't he can't rap. But all of a sudden he could rap. Like I honestly, obviously with no proof, I do feel like this ghostwriters only because I have Tory Lanez's first album, I have his second album, and his rhymes were not on that kind of level. Like he has very basic remedial rhymes.
And he's responding
good because he sings. He just sounds good. I do think that he is making us look bad. What really makes us look bad though is probably the Jordan Lucas more than anything else. Even though I think Jordan Lucas did have a better lyrical assault on him, I think because of the style he played around with the like time to go to bed, time out kind of thing, like it didn't work the way it needed to work. I still honestly think that Jordan Lucas had better tracks.
I think Jordan won.
I think Jordan had a better lyrical assault. However, the problem with this kind of battle is, to me, it's similar to like a Drake battle. I do feel that Drake can body most rappers that are way better than him because he can make it a song. Tory Lanez can make it a hit. And nothing's worse than getting fucking dissed on a hit, bro. Literally, basically back to back, Meek Mill.
But the thing is, that's not what Tory's doing. He's not making hits. He's winning. He's winning off of the shock value because people are like, yo, he's pretty good. So he's getting bonus points for I didn't know he could do that.
Well, no, what I meant was like, so because I agree, he is definitely doing that with a skill level. but he's doing it while also harmonizing it to a flow, to a beat. Like it's like when shit sounds good and it's lyrical, you're like, oh shit, this shit is you going in. And again,
but he's really just rapping though. He's not like harmonizing because even like even with him and Joyner, they did the same flow on the same beat. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he did anything different. It was just more so the shock of he responding quick, which is a red flag immediately, and it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's pretty good. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was the same thing with Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem. The shock of Machine Gun Kelly, one, that he even responded, and two, it wasn't bad. Gave him a bonus, and we both agree that Eminem didn't really kill him. He should have destroyed him, and he didn't destroy him. So it left the opportunity to say it's an argument. And that's what Joyner messed up at. Joyner left it open for you to say, it could go either way. You know what I'm saying? I feel Joyner won, and but it's like the fact that it's even debatable is an L and a win for Tory. Now in the Don Q situation, Tory destroyed Don Q because Don Q was just rapping, but he wasn't saying anything really.
Nah, he got in on Don Q. But at the same time, I personally am not a huge Don Q fan in the first place.
Yeah.
I've tried, bro. I downloaded his album. I got his mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't much anyway. Like Tory Lanez, like that's a different one. The Joyner one what really killed me. The thing is that no big rapper has done it yet. We'll see how what comes out of the Dreamville thing, where he was like I'll body anyone in Dreamville just to get the J. Cole, whatever. Like that's the shit that come on. Come on.
I don't think any real rappers are gonna waste their time because they have nothing to gain. You know what I'm saying? I
mean, I know it sounds stupid, but how about the defense of hip hop? You got this little R&B dude. The thing that I don't get is that he has so many things against him. Mm-hmm. There's so many things against Tory Lanez. Like he's been G'd on. He had that thing with the supposed I think it was was it he, she, or transsexual or something like that. He got this thing. His hairline. I mean, just his hairline alone.
But everybody said that. Joyner said all of that. It went on deaf ears because everybody was like, "Yo, Tory responded again in 24 hours." So they're not giving you. He's not giving nobody enough time to even dissect what Joyner is saying because he responded quick, and they're like, "Yo, he did it again."
What I was mad about, though, not mad, but I'm a little surprised in, is that literally, he didn't learn a lesson right after the Royce da 5'9" thing with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's back on video talking about suck my dick and stuff like that. And it's like. Mm-hmm. Maybe again, I don't know about Canada because they have Celine Dion and Justin Bieber, but at least where I was raised, that's the biggest offense you could say. And so coming at New York dudes, that's not something you say. Hey, you don't tell someone, you don't invite someone to your dick. So I'm like, all right, let's see what comes out of this. Because to me, all that little rah shit, Don Q needs to get physical.
Now, did you listen to Dream Doll's response to Tory Lanez?
No. I honestly, unless you tell me to, I would never listen to anything.
I told you to.
Worded Dream Doll.
I sent you the link. I did send you the link. But now the thing was because Don Q went first, and then Tory responded, and in Tory's response, he said,
"You paid Dream Doll for a feature to get the piece of, and somehow you think you was up with me. The first night I seen Dream Doll, I upped it for free, and now you walk around like somehow you got one up on me."
Kind of doing the game situation, bringing a female into it that has nothing to do with the situation, but whatever. She actually responded. And
don't ever say my name on the record, you trying to get props. Cause the day I feel disrespected, I make you my ops. I put that pussy on your head in the bed. Up and down, round and round, had Beijing all in my legs. And that's word to my mother, nigga. Only nigga I ever fucked that wanted a threesome with another nigga.
Then maybe they had the same writer. Maybe Tory Lanez and her had the same writer.
So, speaking to your point of maybe some manufactured beefs and stuff, it's possible. It's very possible we could be seeing one because, bringing all of these stories full circle, you know what I'm saying? Tekashi's in jail now. So the trolling and all that stuff is wide open. So, Tory's taking advantage of this opportunity now that the internet's looking for a new troll to So he's like, hey, I can rap better than everybody. I'll challenge you. So he's taking advantage of this opportunity that there's no other trolling out here. So he's trolling. And then he's like, because even Joyner didn't take it serious. Joyner at the end of the first song was like, yeah, let's do a song together. You know what I mean? I don't know what Tory's relationship with Don Q is, but Dream Doll said she was feeling Tory, and she said Don Q's like a brother to her. So there is a connection between these people. You know what I'm saying? So again, I don't know if Don Q could be writing everybody's song. He can write everybody's verse. You know what I mean? Because it's a come of everybody. Because I didn't even know who Dream Doll was until this. You know what I mean? She's not on my radar, so I heard her joint up.
I've never heard of her.
But she bodied it. She killed it. You know what I'm saying? One verse, she went in. She used the 50 Cent joint. It was a hard beat. She came in one verse. She didn't go through a whole song. She didn't care about harmonizing and singing. She came in, said her point, and he has yet to respond. That was about a week or two ago. And Tory hasn't responded to her yet. So, but it's the era we're in now. Trolling is second nature. You know what I mean? So we don't know what to believe, who to trust. We don't know what's real, what's fake. Everybody's got writers. Everybody uses social media as their battleground. I've been saying it for like a couple years now. Social media is the streets now. You know what I'm saying? So social media is where everybody goes to when they got a problem. Kanye had a problem with Nick. He went to social media.
Well, the shit is like, the shit is like, what I don't get is that even now things are even easier than before to get on nigga's location and go to where he's at. So like, cause like back in the day, like it was real. Like you pulled up. Like there was issues. You pulled up to it.
Nope.
Like they were older rappers, and now it's like, all right, well,
now
I know you
want to action live, and they do the side by side arguing. That's the era we in now.
And then there's been like, what's funny? Out of all the people to throw threats and like, I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna do this, the only one who's actually accomplished anything was Russ. Russ.
Yeah.
The one you wouldn't expect, the little Spanish dude, thinking R&B and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one you don't expect, the one who actually threw hands and like tried to beat somebody up. Like,
who'd have thought, right? that I forgot about that. You right. You 100%.
At least I'm sorry on the new kids though. Like not talking about back, but
that's right though.
That's the only one. Like all these kids talking that Roddy Rod shit.
Yeah.
And like nobody nothing.
On site, it was really on site. He meant
but
it.
I think Soulja Boy and Tory Lanez are definitely fighting for that troll position. Who the best troll is?
Yeah. Yeah. Soulja Boy had his week. The week after it was, they going back and forth. Like I said, Tekashi left the gate open for the potential. So everybody trying to jump on that. Like that's the crazy thing about it. Like talent means nothing now. Nobody is famous or successful for their talent as much as they are for the sideshow. And it's crazy. Like we said about the game, it's like, he's not the best lyricist, but production-wise and putting a song together, and he's good at that. But he feels like I have to do more to get noticed. And it's like, that's sad. You know what I mean? Especially him, because he's been in the game for a while. From early G Unit days, he's about 7-8 albums in, and you doing this? Like, come on! So you playing the young kids game. Like,
this shit's like, it's just I don't understand. Like the era's changed so much that like I just don't get it, man. Like it's crazy, but whatever. You can't expect everyone to be the same way. You know what I mean? It's crazy how they changed it. I just like, as much as I want love and prosperity like everybody else, I do want one of these to get their ass whipped, like all the talking, like, because the thing is like it's so much. Like I remember, again, I mean it's just the era of raising. I remember like there was no social media. You was popping shit in school. I catch you on the block. Like every time you ran through my block, we fought. Every single time you ran through my block, me and you fought. To the fact that we were friends or you just didn't come down my block no more.
Right.
And vice versa. Every time I kept to your block, you and your people tried to jump me and then we fought.
Right.
Like Here it's like they come to each other's block. Like, all right, well, you just stay in your VIP section. I stay in my VIP section. It doesn't matter what we said about each other. And
Or
it's
you
like,
walk right by each other and say online, yeah, I saw him and he ain't do nothing. Well, neither did you. You walked right by and then tweeted it. That's what they do now.
As bad as it sounds, like I do miss when on-site was on-site. Not on-site meaning, on Instagram. On-site, like, yo, like, yeah, I saw you in person and we got like
Peter Griffin and the chicken. That's that's on site. Peter Griffin and the chicken. When they lock eyes, it's just hands and wings. But that's what it is. I respect them. I don't even know what their beef is, but when Peter see the chicken and the chicken is just a word,
that's how it has to be.
That's what it's supposed to be. Like, I don't know, man. But